Hey, welcome back, guys. Sorry it's taken me so long to post another video. Just been busy with work. Today is the long-awaited dirt bike video. Wow! I'm gonna take all of these parts and put them as together as I can. I don't have everything for the motorcycle. I'm missing a few key things like neck bearings and missing the exhaust and a few other big things.
Oh my gosh!
Today I'm gonna put most of it together just to show what a big pile of parts looks like put back together. And I'm gonna be putting the tires on the rim using the old school tire spoons. I haven't done that in years, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know if it's gonna go good or if it's gonna take me 3 hours. We'll see. All right, let's get into it. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the engine and put it inside of the motorcycle frame, and we'll bolt it down and start from there. It's a little tiny engine. This thing probably weighs, I would say 20 pounds. It's not very heavy. It's real light. Not compared to the engine in that thing. This is really easy to handle. Real light. And of course it wants to fight me going inside of here. Oh. Come on. There we go. All right. That only took all of my energy. Okay. Now we're just going to be putting everything in here loosely because I don't know the torque specs of this stuff. And before I go tightening everything down and braking something, I'm just going to get it all put in loosely. Okay. All right, now engine's in. Next thing I'm gonna do is probably run a strap around this thing, because once I start putting more parts on, it's going to want to wobble and fall off the lift. And I don't feel like trying to wrestle this motorcycle. So I'm going to grab a ratchet strap and strap this thing down real quick. Alright, we got it strapped down. Shouldn't go anywhere. If it does, the whole thing's going to go, but I don't see that happening. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to put our swing arm on. Now I don't have the shocks. They are disassembled and I don't have a way to put them back together because I don't have a big enough spring compressor. But I'll go ahead and put this on. And it'll at least look like a motorcycle. A little bit more. Now, I didn't used to work on dirt bikes, so I'm just kind of going by the way I think this is supposed to go together.
What?
So if it's wrong, you guys can go ahead and let me know. Send me a message and say, hey, you got this part on wrong, you did this wrong. I'm not going to be offended. I'm not a metric technician. I usually work on Harleys, so this is just for fun and to help somebody out that's one of our customers. So with that said, I'm just gonna keep going and put on what I think is supposed to go where it is supposed to go. We'll see how it turns out at the end here. Okay, like I said, I don't have the neck bearings for this thing. And this particular motorcycle, they are separate little ball bearings, and they're different sizes, top and bottom. I don't have those, so I'm just going to be putting this together loosely right now, just so that I can get this thing out of boxes and not scattered in a million pieces. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to be putting it together as if I had the bearings in it. I'm not going to be tightening anything down because I don't want to ruin any of these surfaces. I'm just putting it in, and it's got a little bit of grease. That's just to help not squish anything, but again, just loosely. Everything's just going to be on here to where it moves and works the way it's supposed to if it was all together the way it was supposed to be together. Okay, next we're going to be putting the fork legs in, and I think this one is the left side. course, this one does not want to go in. Alright, got it on. It wanted to fight me. I didn't figure that was good to record the whole time of me struggling. So I just put it together, and that way you guys can see the finished part. Alright, the next thing I'm going to do is, let's see, let's attach the handlebars to this thing, if I could find them. Oh, there they are. Right here. There we go. We got front end, handlebars, most of an engine. I'm going to put the wheels together because I'm tired of seeing them just kind of hanging out. So the tricky part about these wheels is they're drum brakes, and the drum assembly likes to fall out and it's not put in. It's kind of held in place right here by this little slot and then this slot in the fork. So when it's all together, it's gonna kind of float in there, but right now, anytime I turn it, it wants to fall out. So for now, I'm gonna take this out. That way I can do the tires, which I'm not really looking forward to, but they gotta be done, and I don't have a tire machine, so let's get started. Now the first thing I'm gonna do is find the tube for this rim, which looks like to be a 19-inch, I believe, tube. So hopefully we have two different sizes. If not, then we can only do one today. But we'll do what we can do. Let's see. So let me get my tools. We'll get started. Okay, so I got a little homemade thing here. It's just dish soap and some water. Hopefully it'll work. But anything's better than nothing, so we're gonna give it a shot. Hopefully it'll work good. If not, oh well, we tried. Alright. I'm just gonna soak down the inside of this so that the inner tube doesn't stick. And then the sidewalls, so it slides onto the rim itself. I'm just coating the whole inside of this thing here. Alright, I think that did it. Now, we're gonna lay this like that. Try to push this on here. You just need one side of this tire to get over the rim, and then we can do the other side with the spoons afterwards. Alright, that was a little easier than I thought it was going to be. The next thing, I have to find what you want to do is go to the last point that you pried to keep this going all the way around and keep putting in the tire. Sounds easy, but the tire doesn't want to cooperate 90% of the time, and it's going to do what this just did, which is just keep moving around the hole. So I have to put a little pressure on it, try to keep it in place while we work the tire back onto the rim. Starting. Just got a little spot left. Yay, we did it. It didn't take as long as I thought, but we're still not out of the woods yet. We gotta put air in it and see if we did put this tube in straight, or if it's got a big crease in it or not. We'll see when we put air in it. That's the bad thing. Well, the good thing is, though, we do have an extra one. Unfortunately, we can't put the rear one together today because I don't have a smaller inner tube. But I'm going to get the compressor set up. I'm going to put air in this thing, and then we'll go from there. Alright. We got it on. It's got a little bit of bubbles here on the sidewall. I'm not sure if that's just from all of the soap that I put on the inside of the tire, or if it's got a leak. But we'll find out here in a little while. If it's flat, we'll have to do it all over again. Now what we're going to do is put this wheel on. Get it on here so it looks a little bit more like a motorcycle. My little chair. And take this, put that on there, and we're going to roll this guy into place. There we go. Now I need the axle and the spacers. This doesn't look quite right, but we'll see. Now, leave that off. I think maybe going from that side. It's not quite, doesn't quite fit. Looks like it's missing a spacer. And this axle may be too short. But, again, like I said, never worked on one of these before. And I'm grabbing all of these parts out of this box. It looks like this. So it's my best guess as to where all this stuff goes. And I think that's it. And we'll see at the end if I have any parts left over, then we'll go from there. Now we're gonna do is put the rear wheel in just to get it out of the way. I know this isn't the way it's supposed to go, but again, I'm just putting as many pieces on to get them out of the way so that I can see what we have and what we don't have. And just by doing this, I can already tell this wheel spacing is off. I don't know how to fix it, but we'll figure that out later. Next, what we're going to try to do is mount this rear fender. I believe it goes inside there. I'm going to get some 6-in-1, spray it on this painted surface so that it doesn't catch on the frame, and that keeps it from scratching. Alright, after a little while of digging, I think I found the bolts. I'm not positive, but we'll see right now. One. I found one. I need 2 long ones. Let me find those right now. This is the bolt, but it'll do for now to keep it from falling down. And when I find the right bolt, I'll just switch it out. So for now, it's loosely in there. One more piece towards looking like a motorcycle. Now let's see if we can't put this front fender on. Make it more look like a dirt bike. I think I have the right nuts and bolts. I don't have all of them, but I think these are it. So what we're gonna do is put one on each corner to kind of hold it up and go from there. These are definitely not the screws, so that's not going to work. Back to digging. Alright, I had to dig through my stash. These aren't exactly what I need, but it'll work for now to hold this in place. And that way we can get the fender up and out of the way and continue on. See what else we need. And that's the whole purpose of doing this right now, is to see what parts we have and which parts we don't have. Because unfortunately, unless I put it together, I'm not going to know. And this is the only way to do it. Wow. Definitely need small hands to work on one of these things. front fender on. I think these little bolts are the ones for that fender. I'm going to try it out and see what happens. And I think we have the winner. This I'm going to put down here. That's not what I need right now. Alright. Next, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to put this top end together, possibly in the next video. I don't think I'm going to do that right now. And I think for now, I'm going to slide this tank on it. And use this bolt here to lock it down. Just so that it doesn't fall off of the motorcycle. Then slide this on here. And look at that. Looks like a motorcycle again. And I think that's probably about as far as I can go right now without having the rest of the stuff I need. And the next video I'll do on this bike, I'll do the engine. I'll see if I can get it to actually start. Hopefully by then I'll have more parts and we can finish this thing up and maybe get it running. We'll see. In the next video I'll be tearing more into the Wanda and trying to get it as far down to the bare frame as I can, because I'm going to be sandblasting the frame and maybe powder coating it or painting it. I haven't decided yet, but it has to be taken apart. But for now, here it is. Went from just a frame on the stand to looking like a motorcycle out of 3 boxes of nuts and bolts. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully this video wasn't too long for you guys. See you again next time.